Lecture by CYC Chen Cynthia. You can pause anytime you need. 你可以随时按下暂停键。Hello everyone, today we are going to do a sketch. So you need to have your sketchbook like this. You will see the sketch on the cover. Okay, you will see the sketch on the cover, that's the sketchbook. If you don't have the sketchbook, you can use the mixed media paper, okay? So that will show mixed media is for dry media, all right? And you can use the printing paper if you don't have the sketchbook, all right? So printing paper is work as well. Then you need to have your sketch pencils. You can have a whole set like this, and you are going to get a full set of the sketch pencils. If you don't have, you can have few of them, all right? And of course, you need to have your erasers, and the sharpener might be useful for this time, all right? If you don't have the sketch set, it's okay, just use any regular pencil you have for writing, all right? So let's get everything all set for the class. All right, so today we're gonna use 2-point perspective to do the gift box, and I'm gonna layering the gift box. Okay, so because our paper is not that big, and I don't want my gift box looks very small on my paper, so we have to make the vantage point outside the paper so we can keep our box as big as we want to. All right, so you could have something to mark on the table, like the eraser. You can place the erasers, okay? Or you can have the paper tip, just like me. I'm using the paper tip to tape on my table, so when I do the vantage points, then I'm not going to damage my table, right? All right, so as we mentioned, we're gonna do 2-point perspective, which means we need to have 2 points, 2 vantage points, right? So that's my VP1, and that's my VP2. And make sure they should on the same label, okay? None of them are higher or lower than the other one. They have to be the same layers, okay? The same label height. All right, so we're gonna start to do our first box at the bottom first. I finished the first one, then I'm gonna put the second one and the third one. All right, we're gonna do, the minimum will be 3 boxes, and you can do even more. So you have to plan about the slices. All right, so for the 2-point perspective, we start with the edge, okay? Just one angle of the box. And it has to be vertical lines, so straight. Remember, I'm gonna do this at the bottom because I'm gonna do another 2 on the top. Vertical, so you see there's a line. I need to save some space for the other 2, so my first one is not going to be too big. All right, so in case we are confusing, I just make the top point, I name it A. The bottom point, I name it B. All right, so now we have to connect the A point to vantage point 1 and 2, and B point has to connect to the vantage point 1 and 2 as well. So let's see. You can freehand it if you don't have the ruler. All right, make sure they are connected. All right, if you have the ruler, it will be easier. But if you don't have, just freehand it, eyeball it. Okay, slightly difference is okay. All right, so it doesn't look like the box at all because we have to find the edge on both sides, right? So I have to choose, I want my box stop right here. Not too long, not too short. I want the box like here. Okay, so you have to decide how big is your box. So same thing, it has to be vertical line. It has to go on the right as well. That's my vertical line. Okay, so again, don't confuse you. So I'm gonna write here B1, B2, A1, A2. Alright, so here's the thing. We're gonna find the top of the box. So how can we find it? We have to connect A2 to vantage point 1. Oops, a little bit higher. Okay. Then I have to connect the A1 corner to vantage point 2. So these two lines will going to cross, right? So the top of the face will be our top of the box. Alright, so I'm gonna remove the extra line that we don't need it. Right, we just keep the box. I can erase the numbers and the letters. Remember, don't move your vantage point, don't move your papers, okay? Vantage point always at the same place, the paper always at the same place. Alright, so I'm gonna do my second box. But I don't want my box looks too organized. I want it looks a little bit different angles. So same thing, I have to find my first line, the first edge, right? One angle of the, one corner of the box. So I'm gonna do another vertical line. Okay, and make sure this line is inside the top face. Okay, make sure the line, the bottom of the line is inside the top. You are not going to over it or higher than the face. It has to be overlap on the top. Okay, so same thing. I have 2 points. So I'm gonna connect them, both of them to vantage point 1 and 2. Almost like the horizontal line. Okay, same thing. I have to find it how big and see. Let's see here. I have to make sure if you want to have the box over it, so which means they are not like layering. They will over the box. So if you add in the line right here, the box looks like it's over the bottom box, right? But if I add in the line right here, it will look like it just fully on top of the first one, the first box. So you have your own choice. You want to have the box go bigger or smaller or over it, or just right on top of it. Okay, so same thing, I'm gonna erase the extra line. You might have the question why I'm not going to do the top. Okay, so let's see. My line on the top is almost like the horizontal of the vantage point. So which means they are on the same level as our eye level. So we are not able to see the top. We only see the side. Okay? So because the box is not glasses or some clear plastic, so the box will be covered. So I'm gonna erase the lines inside so we don't confuse. Alright, so let me do my last one. Same thing, you have to find a corner and make sure you touch the box. Okay, then I'm gonna connect it to the vantage point. Okay, same thing. You have to do the width. How big is the box? Alright, so now I got my 3 boxes with different angles. Then I'm gonna erase it, the extra pencil lines. Okay, so your boxes might not look like the same as I do because it's your choice. Sometimes if you have your box bigger than mine or smaller than mine, the angle will look different. Okay, so if you have something looks different, it's okay. But make sure all the side has to connect to the vantage point 1 and vantage point 2. But all the high has to be directly vertical line. Okay, not with the angle, has to be directly like the vertical line. All right, okay, so I give you 3 minutes to fix, to survive the problems that you have when you're doing the base. Okay, so we're gonna have our 3 minutes water break. So use this 3 minutes water break wisely. Okay, you can go to the washroom, drinking some water, or fixing your boxes before we start to do the detail. All right, now is our water break. During the water break, you can complete your work, drinking some water, use washroom, stretch your body, and get ready for the next sections. All right, and don't forget to coming back when the timer is done. Use your break time wisely, okay? Don't waste the time just sitting right here. Our water break is almost over. Make sure you got everything ready for the next sections. Almost the class, get ready for the next part.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so we have to do the detail, and the topic is the gift box. So you can decide to wrap it with a nice paper with nice printing on it. You can have the ribbons, or you can have a very nice box. All right, so I'm gonna use the marker to do it so you won't confuse the detail and my base. Okay, but you can stay with the pencil. All right, so let's see my sample. I want my base, the bottom one here, is covered with the nice wrapping paper. So I'm gonna freehand it. Right, so on the side, and it has the tape. Alright, normally the label looks like the envelope. I just make the corner looks a little bit wrong. Okay. So it might have some nice printing on top, right? It could be just the pattern or a nice flowers, whatever you want. So I just do a very simple one so you can compare. All right, if I want to have the pattern like the liner, how can I do? Can I just do the random line like this? No, it looks something wrong, right? Even the pattern, even you have the pattern, you have to connect to the vantage point. Okay, it will look like this. All right, let me do it harder so you can see. See, I didn't change. It looks making more sense, right? The angle looks correct. All right, so if you have something like the pattern on your gift web, you have to make sure, or even they are just the pattern, you have to connect to your vantage point 1 and 2. So on the right side is always going through the vantage point 2. On the left side, you're always going through the vantage point 1. So don't mess up. Right to right, left to left. Okay, how about the top? Depends. What do you need? If I want to follow the pattern, I have to connect to the vantage point 2, right? And when I fold it, you have to be vertical, like this. So the pattern will look like the same, with the same angle. All right, and how about you want to do it with the ribbons? If it is the vertical directions, just do it like the vertical direction. Straight up and down. That's it. Alright, but how about the top? If I have something on the top, okay, let's see. If I have something on the top, okay, let me do a box very quick right here. I have to follow the direction, connect to the vantage point 2. Connect to the vantage point 1, like the cross on the top. Okay, that's what happened right here. Okay, all the high for 2-point perspective, just go vertical direction. All the line with the angle, like right, left, you always connect to the vantage point 1 and vantage point 2. All right, now is that clear enough for everyone? Okay, so I'm not asking you to copy anything from me. You can start to decorate your 3 boxes, become the gift. All right, just remember, even there are the small pattern, always follow the vantage point. Okay, now you can begin. So if you finish, you can erase the extra pencil line before you start to do the very small detail. Alright, such as I add in the depth for my ribbon. So I add in the double lines here. So you see my ribbon has the thickness, right? And even my web, I add in the double line as well. Even I have a special box. It has the double line to show the quality. I added some texture to present there is the paper, something soft. They are not actually stick on my box, right? It's something just cover. So when I add in those details, you can tell without saying it. So try to add the detail as much as you could. Not just making the box looks cute, but without any detail, your drawing has a very low quality. Alright, so keep working on it. So about after 3 to 5 minutes, alright, we gonna do a little bit shading before the class finish. Alright, so before we start to do the shading, you have to decide where is the light coming from. We need to know where's the light source. Okay, so I'm gonna do this right here. This is my light source. I just do the sun right here. Okay, that's the light. And it directly come to this direction. So which means all my left side should be brighter. And all my right side has to be a little bit darker. So let's see. I just general to shade it everywhere on the right. I shade it very rough first. And very light. Okay, now we have to make some area go slightly darker. If you have something like this, something pops up, so I have to add the shadow slightly darker. Right under here, okay? And I have the leaf, so I have to add in the shadow under the leaf, on the side of the ribbons. So here, the top, right? We can see the top, so which means we will see the shadow from the gift box. So I'm gonna add in the shadow on the top, even it's the sun face, the same, because we're gonna have the shadow from the gift box on the middle one. All right, so we basically finished the rough shading on the right. So we're gonna clean up the messy part outside the table. Not outside the table, outside the box. All right, how about the left? You still need to have the shadow, right? So same thing at the bottom, but this time you have to make the shadow slightly brighter than the right. Okay, and on the right of the ribbons, at the bottom of the leaf, if you have, under the box, very small. And if you have the falling area, you have to shade in a little bit where they fall, then we have the shadow. Alright, so that's the basic shading. Alright, of course you can do something even more detailed. Alright, so just like the fashion design that we did. Alright, so we have to add in the shadow on all the wrinkle part. And I'm gonna make the shadow a little bit darker at the bottoms. Just slightly darker. Just make sure the shadow go very, very light. We are doing the quick sketch, so don't have to make the shadow go too dark. Try to keep your paper clean, and you can separate each area of the box, okay? So if you have lots of detail. See, I have the bow tie here, so I'm gonna add in the shadow under it as well. Okay, if you want, so you can do the color value from the bottom to the top with the angle. I do the shading not very rough. You can clearly to see all the area. Okay, you can see where is the light coming from. Even I cover it, you can still see where is the highlight and the shadow. Okay, and don't forget to add in the shadow under the bottom box. All right, you can use 2B to do it. I just used the B. I didn't use the dark pencil. Alright, because we are going to do the quick sketch, so I don't want my paper go very messed. I just do some shadow on the left, on the right, and the left just a little bit. Alright, so that's everything. everything for today. So we practice 2-point perspective, 3 boxes practice. Alright, so you can find the name to sign the date, and that's everything for this week. When you complete your drawing, sign the name and write down the date. 完成画作之后，签下你的名字，跟写上日期。Bye bye, see you next time.